This is Kat Kerr. You may remember her from years ago. She had this viral moment where she was taking this little stick and swinging it at a hurricane and ordering it by the power of God to not run into Florida. And of course it ran into Florida. Anyway, Hurricane Dorian, that's what that was. Well, she actually has some other absolutely bizarre takes that I wanted to talk about, because she's trying to backtrack from those bizarre takes right now.
Jesus Christ.
Over the past 5 years, or honestly even longer, she has been prophesying, claiming that God gave her the message that Donald Trump was going to win the 2020 election, right? And then he loses, and we can just move on with our lives. She can just shut her mouth and pretend she never said it and continue on, right, with her ministry. No, she doesn't want it to go that way. She wants to convince you, 4 years later, that she was right all along, that Trump really did win the 2020 election. And now she's going to retroactively rewrite her history to be one where she was right all along. It's absurd. So let's talk about her history of fails. Let me just show you this little compilation here of her prophesying that Trump is going to win.
Once again, Trump will win. Praying for the White House, for all those who've been praying for that. Yes, he's going to win. God has already chosen him to win.
Okay, that's pretty tall claim. God chose him to win. Go on.
And begin to pray for Pence, who will step in right behind him for 8 years.
A prophet of God. Okay, she claims to be a prophet. This isn't just her predicting what's going to happen. This is her prophesying.
Because I can tell you that Pelosi and all the others who think they have power, it's about to be stripped away. And they have no future because Trump is going to win. God's not even going to wait to the end of this broadcast.
Okay, so if you didn't know what was happening at this moment in history, Nancy Pelosi was about to take the Speaker of the House position. Democrats are going to take both the House and the Senate, and Donald Trump is going to lose the election in 2020. That's what was going to happen. So literally everything that she just said was a lie. She said she heard this from the mouth of God. She lied. I have to talk about this, okay, because people believe her. She's not a nobody. She is by far more influential than I am. She has a massive following. She influences the way that school curriculums are written and the way that churches teach certain doctrine. You may not have heard of her, but she's behind the scenes working to push things the direction she wants it to go.
It's not even going to wait to the end of this broadcast. Trump will win in November because he will continue to have justice, liberty, and freedom in America. America belongs to God.
I know the thought and the intent of everything. I know every hidden act of wickedness, and it will be exposed, and Trump will sit in that White House for 4
more years. I think that this one was her being upset that she found out that Trump lost. I think that's what's happening here. I love it, dude. I eat this up.
God has adamantly told me he will win despite the crimes and the things that they're committing, trying to make it happen for Biden. People want somebody who knows what they're doing and has hope for this country.
Trump definitely knows what he's doing, right? Totally. And Trump
will win on November 3rd.
Do you really believe President Trump is going to be
re-elected? Okay, this is after Donald Trump lost, I believe. This is like, I think that this is after November, when everybody knew that he lost. And they were trying to do these court challenges and stuff, and she's prophesying from God.
If you are caught up to the throne of God, and he face to face tells you he is winning, there's no doubt whatsoever. He will win, because that's God's plan.
Trump is here to stay, and there you go. Trump 2020 campaign is on the way. And I want you to know that, yes, God himself did tell me to come and do this broadcast. Laugh at it, jeer at it.
Can do, buckaroo.
Or celebrate it. It's gonna happen.
Trump will win the 2020 election. And for 24 years, God said in 2016.
God said in 2016. Republicans, or God in her mind, would hold the White House for 24 years. 2 terms of Trump, 2 terms of Pence. That gets us up to 16. And then 2 terms of Donald Trump's kid, I believe. Eric Trump or something. I don't remember what her claim was. I have the video.
He would be in the White House. So if you don't like that, go get saved, get your mind on right, and get a life.
Yeah, my mistake. Didn't have a life. That was what I was missing. I'm not gonna get...
Unseat him. No one's going to unseat him.
That's right.
They're fighting against God.
That's right.
The just... It's so painful. Okay, I wanted to show you guys what she's said before, because I want to make it real clear. When we look at her trying to rewrite her history, I don't want there to be any misunderstanding or doubt of what she's trying to do here. After Trump lost early November 2020, this is what Kat Kerr had to say. This was her attempt to rewrite it immediately after the election took place, but before Biden actually took office yet.
And if you will remember, one of the things he had me say was that Trump would win by a landslide.
Oh yes, I remember.
Okay.
Now, in man's mind, in their human mind, they already put together what they think that means.
Right.
But many times, as we know...
I'll tell you what I think it means. When you say landslide, I take that to mean he's going to win overwhelmingly. That didn't happen. He was beaten overwhelmingly. And Biden was in office. This is fantastic news, people. I mean, this is something to be happy about. The fact that the prophets of God, quote unquote, were completely wrong and are so deeply wrong and embarrassed by what happened that they have to retroactively go back and rewrite their history. Kashmir's trying to get up on my game system. You see him back there, my little arcade machine? Sniffing at it. He's thinking about it. Right.
Many times, as we know in the Word, or even just from experience ourselves, especially as a prophet, that doesn't ever mean what man thinks it means.
Words don't mean what man thinks they mean.
Those who have been perpetrating the lie, have been paid to commit lies or stealing or cheating, will begin to get very nervous. They're actually already nervous. And let me tell you, conviction is going to come upon some of them in the lower levels. That's what he meant about the landslide. The smaller rocks move first, which pulls the bigger ones down.
Wild way to rewrite her claims, right?
And that's what he meant when he said Trump will win by a landslide. So there you go. That's the difference between revelation and what man in their head thinks that means.
Well, I think that when you say Trump is going to have 4 more years, that means Trump's going to have 4 more years. My mistake. I was taking your words at face value. I thought that what you meant was what you said, when apparently what you meant was the exact opposite of what you said. Apparently, Trump will have 4 more years actually means Biden will have 4 years. My mistake on that one. Okay, so this entire time, it's pretty clear, right? She's been claiming before Trump lost his election and in the months after losing his election, she claimed that Trump was going to have the second term, right? Late October 2023, she's now going back and rewriting her history. Listen to this.
And whether you like it or not, Trump is still getting his 4 years that was stolen from him.
I bet. Totally. You know, in the intervening years, like after it was, after she had to accept that she was wrong about this, and Trump is not going to be president for those 4 years, she started changing it up. She switched it to a message of, well, Donald Trump, if he was put back in office and Biden was removed right now, he wouldn't get a full 4 years, which is what God told me that Trump was going to get. So he's going to get that 4 years in the next election instead of this one. This is just a joke. Look at this audience. What is the average age of this audience, you think? What are we working with here? You think it's 87, 88? Somewhere in that vicinity?
Our president. He actually still is.
No, he's not. So wait, what does she think? Does she think Trump is getting his 4 years right now, in the background, or that he's going to get another 4 years?
And God has adamantly told me since before 2016 that he would be president for 8 years.
No, God told you that he was going to win in 2020. I don't know, maybe she claimed he was going to get 8 years. I have no idea, but she backed off of that and changed it and claimed God said he would win in 2020. That was what she poured everything into. And now she's trying to rewrite it to be a little bit softer.
And he meant it. And all this junk and garbage and trash of the enemy that's going on isn't changing that. And it doesn't have to happen in the normal way.
Well, I would love for it to happen at all. If you claim it's going to happen, let's see it.
God doesn't do normal things.
Nobody does things, right? Doesn't he do something? Shouldn't I expect to see some results that kind of resemble what you're claiming? You can't just come in, claim something, and when that thing doesn't happen, you say, see, you're interpreting it wrong. What I actually meant was the exact opposite of what I said, see? That's your hang-up. That's on you. That one is on you. You can't do that and expect people to believe you.
He does his thing. And he said to me, the only way Trump will not be president again is if he doesn't want to do it. Do you think he still wants to do it? And so do I, because he knows it was stolen. In 2020, when that election took place,
well, it's a good time to pick your ear. Why not? Just pick your ears up.
They had said, well, we got to close down. There's too many votes. We don't have time to count. Remember that lie? And
no, I'm sorry, man. I hate to stop every 3 seconds, but I can't let her get away with this. This quote-unquote lie that they shut down votes, or this didn't happen.
Votes, we don't have time to count. Remember that lie?
That didn't happen. People were counting votes at the pace at which they've always counted votes. There's nothing unusual about that.
And I'm sitting, the father's right there with me, and I'm watching it. And the father said, no, they just stole.
But wait a minute, you said God told you he was going to win in 2020. Now you're telling me that God told you that he was going to lose in 2020? Which is it? You cannot have both. This is her rewriting her history. This is her trying to erase those mess-ups that she did all along the way and pretend that it never happened. This is just an embarrassment. Prophet of God over here.
No, they just stole it. They're going to hide votes, burn votes, throw them in the river. They're going to send them, they'll bury them, some of them.
Grit, show us examples of that. Show us proof of anything that she's saying. I'll take whatever.
And they will kill people to stop them from...
They'll kill people. Okay, that's a new one. Ooh, boy. I didn't know that people were going to die in the...
They're going to send them, they'll bury them, some of them, and they will kill people to stop them from telling the truth about it. They're going to hide it. They want to take it. Satan's trying to take over right now. And you will find out that they will say Trump lost, although the other person almost got no votes.
The other person got almost no votes. Really? There is this faction that she's from is one that seems to believe by and large, I don't know if she believes this, but a lot of people in her wing of evangelicalism believe that Trump won all 50 states. California, New York, Maine, Connecticut, Massachusetts, all of the states that would normally be reliably blue went red this time for Trump in 2020. Is there like a shred of her mind left in reality anymore? Or is it just all in la-la land now?
They were manufactured votes, stolen votes, fake votes, and I don't mind saying it because, you know what, I was sent to tell the truth.
The stage is set. Everything is set. But you're going to have to pray for the rightful president, whether he wants to walk back into this or not. You must pray that he wants to do it.
Right? You're catching this right. You heard Kat Kerr say he has to want to do this. This is their attempt to protect themselves from the possibility of being completely wrong, from falling on their face, from having an incorrect prophecy. Now when Trump is not reinstated, when he's not sworn in on March 4th, 2021, or when he doesn't get his 4 more years like she claimed, it's going to be because Trump didn't want it enough. And they're going to tell us in a second what would show us that Trump wants it enough. Keep listening.
because God won't make him do anything. Is it his will?
If it's his will, he'll do it. Period. If it's his will, he will put Trump in power. That's just what it is. God doesn't need your prayers. God doesn't need you to convince anybody of anything. He doesn't need help or any of that. He's God. He's omniscient and omnipresent and omnipotent. He can do anything. But this guy is coming up with these bizarre excuses he's hedging right now. He's hedging on his prophecies, just like Kat Kerr has been doing this whole time.
Is he the president? Yes. That's why he could just walk right back in, and God will supernaturally move things out of the way.
That's what they want, right there. That's what would prove that Donald Trump really wants it. What he just said.
And God will supernaturally move things out of the way.
Trump needs to walk into the White House and sit down at the Resolute desk or whatever, and God will supernaturally move things out of the way. Suddenly the military will come in and arrest Biden and whatever other nonsense they believe after that. If Trump doesn't do that, walk into the White House and sit down at the desk and assume the office without being elected, he didn't really want it. And that's why God didn't place him in that position. That's what they believe. That is their attempt at hedging. This is their rewrite of history. Seriously, these people are shameless in how much they lie about things constantly.
But you need to pray for encouragement. Nobody was beat on like that, like our president, for 4 years. Nobody.
Well, I can think of a couple of ethnic groups that have had a pretty hard time in life, generationally. I can think of some minority groups that have been pretty mistreated. But filthy rich white guy isn't the minority group I was thinking of. Just a joke, dude. These people are shameless. These people are just awful, dude. So let me know what you think about it in the comments. We can't let them get away with this. We can't let them get away with rewriting their history. We have to make sure this is publicized and put on record in some form. Like I said, her and Robin Bullock both are extremely influential in these circles. Way more influential than I am. We've got to make sure people don't forget how much of a fool she was in this moment. That hair proves she does not have divine help. Au contraire, that's where you're wrong. She has addressed that. As a matter of fact, let me show you. This is the earliest video that I have of Kat Kerr. It's from 2008. And I found it on her own website. She describes why she has pink hair.
This is Kat Kerr of Revealing Heaven, and I have to tell you about this revelation.
Please.
You know what? Heaven is the most fun place you'll ever live in your life.
Really?
Did you ever think of that? Most people, and including the world, think heaven is going to be so boring. They don't even want to go there. Most believers actually say, what in the world am I going to do for eternity?
Oh, I can think of a few things to do for an eternity.
To do up there besides bowing to God and maybe singing some songs with the choirs in heaven, sitting on a cloud with a harp. Guess what? You don't get a harp when you go to heaven unless you already play one. You know, maybe if you want one to decorate your mansion, he might give you one.
Mansion? If you want to decorate your mansion, I guess it's a physical mansion. She's actually said heaven is a planet, a real planet out there. No.
What are you going to do with it anyway? The reason my hair is pink, by the way, I forget that a lot. God himself asked me to have pink hair for the reason that you'll know heaven is going to be a whole lot more different than we thought it was. He takes me nonstop on tours of heaven. So
this woman is ridiculous. I'm sorry, man. What do I even do with this?
Jesus Christ.
I don't even know what to do with this. How is she trusted or revered or believed by a single human being on planet Earth? This is a joke. So aggressive blep. That hair proves that she does not have divine help. I don't know. Maybe the hair is proof she does have divine help. God, dude. It's just bad. One more for fun. One more clip from her for fun. Hang on. Oh, no way! Oh my God, I didn't realize I had this clip from Kat Kerr. I totally forgot that I had this. This is where she claims that when we die, we go to heaven and it's a physical planet, right? And we are all officially divorced from our wives because until death do us part, right? So the dudes are now single, but when they go to heaven, they marry Jesus. They're married to Jesus. Jesus has married guys, gals, and non-binary pals, apparently. And fun doesn't stop there. He consummates the marriage with guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
I mean, his love is so great. I don't even remember what I was going to say to him. So don't make your list. You won't care. Because you are in love with Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
In love, you say?
He is your bridegroom, whether you're male or female. Oh,
ooh boy, you know what bridegrooms do, right?
Female. Oh my. Jesus Christ. So the women in the spirit can be spiritual kings. He is King of Kings, female kings, and male kings.
Oh God, I love it to death, dude. I love everything about it. She is so ridiculous. I thought I lost this clip. I totally forgot it. Anyways, just, how does anybody take her seriously, honestly? I will be damned if she's not hilarious to listen to.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.